Hey man, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, aka Uncle Tex, aka Professor Tex. Before we get started, smash the like button, share the content, and like I said, subscribe to the page. Let me jump into this right now. Concussion protocol, return to participation protocol overview. Now, one of the things that I heard, because this Tua Tagovailoa thing is taking on a whole thing of itself. I just heard the neurosurgeon was supposed for the Dolphins, I suppose, got fired. Well, upon doing research, I find out that, actually, it's supposed to be a 10-day, which is basically 2 weeks, for a person to come back after a concussion. Now, you have to save the player from himself, obviously, because football players are taught you play through pain and whatnot. So my thing is this: where was Roger Godell at? Where was the NFL Players Association? If he did 4 days and it's supposed to be 10, then why is he out there in 4 days with 6 days left that's supposed to be done? You follow what I'm saying? And everybody is bugging out, his hands, his fingers, that was crazy and stuff like that. Let me show you something. A lot of y'all probably forgot about this. Look at this here. Remember this?
This is a
look at Flacco. Watch his hands. Right there. He's out of it. His fingers are starting to spaz up. Right there. Here you go again.
Helmet comes jarringly off.
You see that? Y'all see that? Now, I'm not trying to go into all this kind of stuff, this, that, and the other, because that was back in 2017, 2018. And the thing of it is this here. First and foremost, again, I read in the research that I came across that it's supposed to be 10 days. Then what in the fuck is Tua doing out there in 4 days? Why didn't Godell, he's the fucking guy, he's the fucking oligarch of the NFL. Then why did he say, no, he has to do 6 days? He has to do 6 more days on top of that 4. He has to do 10 days. That's 2 weeks in the scheme of things. 2 weeks. Regardless on how the coach feels, how the Miami Dolphins feel, how the NFL Players Association, because in the end, he is the last, he is the one that stamps the shit and be like, okay, we're not doing this. Explain to me how that happened. You have to save players from themselves, and coaches can't be worried about W's and L's, at least in this day and time, the way that the game is being played. Of course, Tua is going to want to come out there. He didn't want to come out. I'm sure he didn't, but no problem. But you just saw what I showed you with the whole Flacco thing. So it has happened. And Flacco, I don't think had a whole thing about with a bunch of concussions. Look, man, you're playing a sport that at any given time, remember, we talk about targeting and all these other types of things that we talk about consistently in the game. Dude, you hitting your head on that damn turf, which is on the turf underneath, which is basically concrete. Cats is getting waylaid by their head going back hitting like that. Not saying you ain't getting helmet to helmet, but I'm like, come on. You might want to be trying to go back to grass, complete grass. But that's another story within itself. But this is the question I'm asking. Real simple. If it's the protocol is 10 days, why is this kid out there in 4? Why is he out there in 4? That means he needs 6 more days. Now, who dropped the ball on that? Neurosurgeon ain't got shit to do with that. The neurosurgeon can say, yeah, he's good or he's not good, but it's like, no. He has to take 10 days. He has to take 10 days. So if he has to take 10 days, what the fuck is he doing 4 for? That's the question. Who dropped the ball on that? That's Roger Godell shit. And that's these jokers on the higher ups that do the shit that they do, right? And they keep talking about player safety, but you don't give a shit about player safety, because if that was the case, he ain't going out there in 10 days. That's it. Because I saw against the Bills, my man looked like he was goddamn drunk. Like he's on drinking goddamn night train. He was done. And he has a whole slew of other things going on with him that goes back to Alabama days and stuff like that. But in the end, where was Roger Godell? NFL Players Association. Where's the owner? Where's any of these people be like, he ain't playing? Because you worried about your game. Everybody's worried about some type of job security. Now it's the neurosurgeon's fault. He did it wrong. The NFL is a violent game. You go back, Jack Tatum used to hit jokers left and right like that. Just so happens one time, Darryl Stingley ended up getting paralyzed. You follow? We can go on and on and on and on and on. I was going to do it, but I'm not trying to do it because it's quick. Because no. We can sit up there and play that damn 100-mile run, song and dance. There is no song and dance to it. Why was he back out there in 4 days when the protocol is supposed to be 10 days? That's the magic. That's the question. And Godell should have been like, he ain't playing for another 6 days. NFL Players Association, he ain't playing for another 6 days. The coach, the ownership of the Miami Dolphins, he ain't playing for another 6 days. But nobody said that. Now the neurosurgeons got to take the hit for that shit. Then they fired. Well, they didn't do it right. Okay, you want to say they didn't do it right, but did they do the whole 10 days? No, they didn't. They did 4 days. Because Miami's trying to sit up there and stay afloat in the AFC goddamn, it was the AFC West or East or whatever it is, AFC East. I know what that's all about. You follow what I'm saying? So who really gives a shit about player safety when they talk that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you guys, there's no GOAT, there's no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. And I tell you guys all the time, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. All right? I hope everything goes fine with the young brother and whatnot. I take my $25, $50 million, I'll probably get up out of that. But he's a football player and he wants to play, and I get that. But much props go to him. I hope the young brother's all right. All right, guys. Guys, have a good one.